We are back from the forest. We are back to the classroom now. In the last session in the forest, we enjoyed the beauty of the daffodils, the flower. And today, in the classroom, we will enjoy the beauty of the poem, the daffodils. First thing, the daffodils is the flower whose beauty we enjoyed in the last session. And today, we will see the beauty created by Wordsworth when he composed a poem of the same name. So, how has the poet been able to create a lot of beauty in the poem? Let us see this. I would ask all of you to open your textbook in front of you and have a look at the lines, and we will discover the beauty in Wordsworth's poem, The Daffodils. We all know that when a poet composes a poem, there is one common thing that is called rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme. What is this rhyme? Rhyme means similarity of sound. That is, the last word in a particular line will have a similar sound with the last word in another line. In certain poems, the first line ends with a particular sound, and a similar sound you may get in the second line at the end. Or it may be that the first and the third line have similar sound, second and fourth line have a similar sound again, or the last two lines in a particular stanza have similar sounds. This similarity of sound is called rhyming. And rhyme scheme means in what way a particular poet in a particular poem has used this rhyming system. That is called rhyme scheme. This is something very interesting. Have a look at the text and see how Wordsworth has maintained rhyme scheme in the poem The Daffodils. See the first line. The first line ends with the word cloud. Cloud. And come to the second line, it's hills. There is no similarity of sound? No. Come to the third line, the last word is crowd. The first line we have cloud, in the last line we have at the end crowd. Cloud and crowd, they rhyme. Again, second and fourth line are similar in sound. Hills, daffodils. Coming to the last two lines of the stanza, you see trees, breeze. This is the scheme that Wordsworth had planned while writing this poem, that my first line will rhyme with the third line, my second line will rhyme with the fourth line, and my fifth and sixth line will again rhyme differently. Now, let us read the stanza. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. How do we name the rhyme scheme? That is another interesting thing. When you have got the first sound is the sound that you get at the end of the first line. It is cloud. You will name this A. The first sound, you will name it A. And when you find a similar sound in any of the next line, you will again call that one also A. And if you get a different sound, that will be called B. So cloud we get at the end of the first line, we name it A. Then in the second line it's hills, we call it B. Third line again it is like A, it is in A. Coming to the fourth line, it is similar to the second line, it is B. And the last two lines in the first stanza, C, C. A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, C, C. This is the rhyme scheme of the first stanza of the poem in the Daffodils. If you go to the second stanza, and one important thing you should all know and use is that a poem is divided into stanzas. Some people mistakenly they call it paragraph. No, we divide a prose writing into paragraphs. But when you find divisions of a poem into certain lines, some 4 or 5 or 10 lines together, this is called a stanza. It is not a paragraph. In the same way, when someone writes a poem, he is called a poet. He is not an author or writer. An author or a writer is one who writes something other than a poem. So in the first stanza we have got, this is the rhyme scheme A, B, A, B, C, C. Come to the second line, you see, continuous with the stars that shine. Shine has no similarity with any of these. Shine is not similar to cloud or hills or daffodils or trees. So it's a quite new sound, it's a different sound. We will name this D. Continuous with the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Way is again a different sound, we call it D. They stress in never-ending line. Line is similar to shine. Shine was D. So this line will also be again called D. D, E, D. Then the fourth line is bay. It is similar to way. It will be called E. Come to the last two lines in the second stanza. Glance, dance. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So they are again rhyming, so they will be called F, F. This is the rhyme scheme of the first stanza A, B, C, C. This is the rhyme scheme of the second stanza D, E, F, F. And now I will ask you to find out the rhyme scheme. When you find it, a new sound, we will call it, after F, we will call it G. Another new sound, H. In this way, you will find out the rhyme scheme of the poem, the Daffodils. This rhyme scheme is one of the techniques by which the poets add beauty to their poetic composition. Now, coming to certain other aspects, you see. I wondered, in the forest we discussed, I said wonder. W-A-N-D-E-R, these are called homonyms. W-A-N-D-E-R. This is the word that the poet has used. It means roam about, to roam aimlessly. You are not having any kind of definite or serious activity. You are just walking, moving. That is roam. And then wonder, W-O-N-D-E-R, wonder means to be surprised. I wondered. So, this wonder, this is what Wordsworth has used. I wonder lonely is a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. Cloud means to move on the surface of something. A very common sentence using the word float. Float is ice floats on water. It means to move on the surface of water without sinking. Wordsworth said that he was wondering, like the cloud you see in the sky, the cloud is free, it's moving. And in the same way the poet was moving, the cloud floats over. This is one word that you should pay attention to. O apostrophe E-R. This actually is over. This V is not written, in its place apostrophe is given. This is one poetic use. In this poem you will find three words that the poet has used, which are used usually in poetic compositions. One is this one, another one is the word beneath, which means under. Poets usually use these words. And then we have another word, oft. Towards the end of the poem you will find oft. Oft means often. These three words are special uses. In prose compositions you will not find such uses. Beneath sometimes may be used, but these are not used. So this is another speciality, another way in which the poet has made the poem special. Then we will talk about another thing that is called, I told you that the figures of speech. And I referred to ladies that they are already beautiful and still they want to add beauty to them by using ornaments. In literary practices, when a writer writes a prose piece, a story, or a poet composes a poem, they use ornaments. These ornaments, there is a subject that deals with the ornaments in language. That subject is called rhetoric. When you study language, you will find this rhetoric. Rhetoric means the ornaments used in the language. So, a lot of ornaments Wordsworth has used in the poem. Simile is one. Simile is a very common ornament. Simile is when you compare something with something else. I wandered lonely as a cloud. The very first line is an example of a simile. I wandered lonely as a cloud. The poet is comparing himself with cloud. And sometimes you will find that you don't use the word as or like. You make a comparison, but the comparison is made in such a way that as or like is not used, and it appears to be a bit different. Let me give you one example. For example, in your area, a boy is very good in playing cricket. He is very good. He has a history. He has many records in this particular area. So out of pride, you say, this is our Sachin. Or someone sings very nicely, and you call that he is our Kishore Kumar. You don't say he is like Kishore Kumar or he is like Sachin. No. You call him Kishore Kumar, you call him Sachin. Or for example, Shillong is the Scotland of the East. You don't say, if you say Shillong is like Scotland of the East or Shillong is as charming as a Scotland, then you are comparing, it is a simile. Wordsworth has also used simile. I wandered lonely as a cloud. But when you say Shillong is the Scotland of the East, then it is called a metaphor. Simile and metaphor has some very little difference. They are very interesting. Shillong is the Scotland of the East, metaphor. Shillong is like Scotland, that is simile. And another very beautiful figure of speech that the poet has used, that is called personification. Personification is something really very interesting. The word person is there. This means sometimes authors or poets, they attribute human qualities to something that is not human. As if that thing is acting like a human being, although it is not a human being. When this is done, it is called personification. Beautiful personification you have got in this poem. One example is that I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd. The word crowd is used. Crowd is usually used for human being. If there is a large number of people, we call it a crowd. But in the poem, Wordsworth has not used the word crowd for human beings. He has used the word crowd for the flowers, for the daffodils. So he has personified daffodils. In the poem, daffodils are personified. And then you see, again he said, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The flowers were moving, they were tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Tossing means moving your head like this, right, left, this way or that way. As wind was influencing the flowers would move, and the poet says the flowers were tossing their head, they were moving their heads. Head is a part of an organ that we have. The poet is using the word head for the flowers. So he is personifying the flower. Then he is saying dance. Dancing is also a human activity. So using the words dance and crowd and heads, the poet has personified daffodils. This is very interesting. And then you may find similar other personifications used by any other poets and other poems. In life also we often use personification. And then comes another very interesting figure of speech, that is hyperbaton. I told you that in hyperbaton. What is hyperbaton? Hyperbaton is something very interesting, that in every language there is certain norms, certain definite ways of a sequence of words. Which word should come first, then which word. Poets have got some freedom, and I told you this thing in the last session that it is called poetic license. They can change this normal or natural order of words according to their comfort, according to their choice. And by doing this, they create beauty. Some very interesting, very famous examples of hyperbaton is one poem by John Keats. The very first line of the poem is, much have I travelled in the realms of gold. See this line. These are the lines of Keats. Much have I travelled in the realms of gold. Actually, so far as grammar is concerned, this should have been I have travelled much. This should have come first, this should have come second, this should be third position. I have travelled much. This should have been the This should have been the order of words in the sentence. I have traveled much. But instead of saying this, the poet is saying, much have I traveled. By using words in this way, he is emphasizing on much, that my traveling, my journey is a lot. He is emphasizing on the hugeness on his traveling. So much have I traveled in the realms of gold by Keats is an example of hyperbaton. Another example is a poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson. That poem also, the first line is, home they brought her warrior dead. The usual order of words should be, they brought home her dead warrior. They brought home her dead warrior. Instead of this, the poet said, home they brought her warrior dead. And see, in our poem, in the Daffodils, what has Wordsworth done? He has used this hyperbaton 3 times. One is 10,000 saw I at a glance. He is emphasizing on the huge number of daffodils, and he is using here 2 figures of speech at one time. Firstly, 10,000 is not the exact number. By 10,000 he means a large number. This is called hyperbole. I told you that this is called hyperbole. So Wordsworth is using hyperbole by using 10,000, one figure of speech. At the same time, he is using another figure of speech, hyperbaton. How? That he is saying the order of words. Instead of saying I saw 10,000, he is saying 10,000 saw I. Another use of hyperbaton you see is there towards the end of the poem. That is I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the shore to me had brought. Wordsworth looked at the daffodils. He gazed. His gaze means to look very intently, to look thoughtfully. You have got surprised and you are just looking at something very contemptuously, very thoughtfully. That is called gazing. The Wordsworth said, I gazed and gazed. I enjoyed the beauty. I was amazed at seeing the beauty of daffodils. But at that time, I did not know what kind of wealth I am carrying today. That this memory of these daffodils that I witnessed today, the memory will become so influential in my life. It will influence my life so much that after many years, when I will be in pensive mood, when I will be in sad mood, this very particular memory will remove my sadness. They will make me happy. This I did not know at that time. So the poet said, I gazed and gazed, but little thought. Little thought means I thought little, I understood little, I realized very little. What realization? What wealth the shore to me had brought. See this line. What wealth the shore to me had brought. What wealth the shore to me had brought. See how order of words are changed. It should have been what wealth the shore had brought to me. The poet said, what wealth the shore to me had brought. To me he has brought at the beginning, before had brought. Which is an example of hyperbaton. Another one is in the last stanza. For oft when in my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, there flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and my heart with pleasure fills. And my heart with pleasure fills. And then my heart pleasure fills. This should have been written, and then my heart fills with pleasure. And then my heart fills with pleasure. The poet is saying with pleasure fills. He is saying the usual sequence of words. So these are the uses of hyperbaton. And in the last stanza you can see, for oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, there flash upon that inward eye. We discussed inward eye, mental eye, the eye by which we can see anything that we already have seen that is not with us now. We can see it using our mind's eye. That is called the inward eye. And what is the advantage of this inward eye? The advantage is that if you are in a situation in which you are alone, loneliness is not a bliss. The poet said bliss is bliss of solitude. Bliss of solitude means the blessing of loneliness. Bliss of solitude This is what the poet said, and by this he means blessing of being lonely. Now the question is, being lonely, is it a happy situation? Are you happy if you are alone? Nowadays if you have a mobile, maybe you will enjoy being alone. But think about a time when you were all alone, not even having a mobile or any gadget for any kind of enjoyment. Your parents have gone somewhere, you are left alone at home. The whole day you are alone and alone only. Loneliness is really a very painful thing. But the poet said some loneliness are not painful. Some loneliness is full of blessing. This is the example he gives. When you have a memory of some bygone days, memory of the past, a very beautiful, charming memory, a happy memory, then this memory will make you happy. It will remove your sadness. It will fill your heart with happiness. So, loneliness, although it is not a blessing, it is something painful, but some loneliness becomes happy. It becomes blessed if you can have some memory of some golden times you passed earlier. So one of the important messages of this poem is that whatever company we choose, it will define what kind of life we will have later. If today you live in the company of bad people, you live in the company of the people who use foul language, you live in the company of people who have negative thoughts, then this will influence your life. Not only today, even later also. You will have to repent, you will feel frustrated. But if you live in the company here, flowers are the companions. The witnessing of the beautiful flowers by Wordsworth was so much in his mind that even later years, when he was in sad mood, when he had nothing to make him happy, just the remembrance of those happy daffodils, those nice scene made him happy. It removed his sadness. Similarly, if you choose to remain in the company of noble people, to remain in the company of those people who have positive thoughts, then what will happen is that after 2 or 5 years, after many years in your life, those memories will have its positive influence on your life. It will help you live happily. So, better to choose our companions, better to be very selective in choosing companions, because the person in whose company we are will define whether in coming years we will have to repent or we will have to enjoy life. And I think every one of us will agree that no, we don't want to repent, we want to ensure safety and happiness in our future. To ensure this, think positive, be positive, and remain in the company of happy people. With these few words, let us come.